Now, this is the Fox 11 News at 10.
Competitive dancers robbed of their props after someone steals the U-Haul truck carrying them. What you can do to help.
They won't wait for you to say anything. They'll just go right to you and start, putting things on you.
Criminals targeting senior citizens in the San Fernando Valley, snatching jewelry off people in broad daylight.
They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what? Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6.
These videos all over TikTok, they are exposing how luxury brands are mostly made in China, as consumers, especially here in America, talking. Good evening. Welcome to Fox 7 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Alex Michelson.
And I'm Christine Devine.
And new at 10, we begin with President Trump's trade war with China. Chinese manufacturers are now trying to sell high-end luxury goods like handbags directly to Americans via TikTok.
Fox 11's Gina Silva, live in Beverly Hills with the story. Gina.
That's right. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos. They're all over. They are clearly part of a Chinese marketing campaign that seems to be working on American consumers.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China.
All over TikTok, Chinese influencers are taking viewers behind the scenes, exposing what they claim is the real origin of high-end luxury goods.
Want to know who's the Chinese factory behind Nike, Adidas, Fila, and UGG?
The viral videos claim most designer products are actually manufactured in Chinese factories, with only the labels stitched on somewhere else.
I guess most of you know the price of Lululemon or other big brands. They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what? Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6.
These videos began showing up all over social media after President Trump announced high tariffs on China. Some American consumers are reacting like this.
It is such an epic level of petty, and I love it so much.
All right, so agreed. None of us are buying from luxury brands anymore.
These kind of videos, they're very damaging for the luxury brands.
Professor Christopher Tang of UCLA's Anderson School of Management says these videos are shaking up traditional luxury branding and destroying consumer trust. He warns the videos may not be as honest as they seem.
It could be counterfeit or imitated products as well. So in that case, there's no consumer protection. These are not the authorized luxury brand channel. So in that case, the buyers, you have to beware of the risk.
I am never going to spend more money on a bag than my rent, my cost of living. It's just not happening for me.
On a trip to China a few years ago, Jasmine Koenig toured several factories and picked up this purse for a fraction of the U.S. retail price.
That's where I learned directly from the vendors that, hey, this is the same thing. You're just paying for a label and repackaging in the U.S.
She hopes more consumers start to understand how the retail game really works.
Some of the videos are really funny. Now, again, buyer beware. You don't really know what you'll be getting and how long it's going to take. Now, if you do place an order directly with the Chinese factory, you won't have to pay a tariff. That's only for large imports, commercial imports.
Those videos are something else. Gina Silva, thank you for that. Only on Fox 11, thieves are lurking in the San Fernando Valley. A man and woman crime team is now stealing from the elderly. Let's go live to North Hills, where Fox 11's Ed Lascos has their MO and other details. Hopefully we can catch these guys. Ed.
Yeah, and it does seem to be a caravan of thieves working their way right through the San Fernando Valley, at least in the last week or so. Some calling them Svengalis, you know, somebody who could seemingly hypnotize you by being so sweet, so kind, wanting to gift you something, and then just like that, stealing all your jewelry before you even know what hit you. And you know the saddest part? They're always targeting an easy mark. The elderly. Watch. This just one of several posts on Instagram showing the thieves appearing to be really nice, offering presents.
For you. Why? See. No, I don't want it.
Oh, they're aggressive, creating confusion, then stealing jewelry right off their elderly victims.
For you.
They're gonna act like they want to gift you with jewelry, saying that it might be part of their religion or, you know, a certain holiday, a birthday, and they won't wait for you to say anything. They'll just go right to you and start, you know, putting things on you.
It did happen to her 88-year-old grandmother. This video shows her necklace moments before she's targeted.
My grandmother told them no. And, you know, them coming up so close to her and her, you know, trying to figure out what's going on, by the time she did, they already took everything.
It all happened here a week ago this very night, Colette Ave, just off Nordhoff in North Hills.
They got her 2 necklaces, 2 rings, and her watch.
An expensive loss, but to this grandmother, it's much more than that.
Yes, her engagement ring, my grandfather's ring, who passed away, very sentimental.
And in just the past week alone, more and more reports hitting social media of these thieves targeting the elderly, mostly through the San Fernando Valley, and it's always the same seemingly kind MO they use, but don't, whatever you do, be fooled by that.
Absolutely, you know, that it happened, what was taken, that they've done this to so many people, you know, and they keep getting away with it.
Now live, did you see that dark SUV driving away, the mini SUV? That's a vehicle that's been seen at many of these hits. Usually you have a man and woman approaching the elderly victim, another man and woman inside that vehicle. That's why they're saying it's sort of a caravan of thieves. Their ages range from 20s to 30s, usually always that very heavy accent, always being really nice, really kind, too good to be true. And it's not. For now, we're live, North Hills. Back to the west side we go.
That's just a shame, Ed. Thank you. New tonight, members of a Riverside dance studio are reeling after someone stole a U-Haul truck containing thousands of dollars worth of props. Happened last Friday at the Define Dance Space on the eve of a competition. They started a GoFundMe, but they say it goes beyond that with the hours of hard work that went into creating the props.
Had some of these props for over 7 years, so there's a lot of memories and a lot of different routines that we've used for each of these props. So, you know, there's a lot of things that we can replace. We had lots of benches and chairs that were stolen, but the things that are most valuable to us all have to get remade because, like I said, we had a former dance dad kind of build all of these props from scratch and custom make them for us.
Remember, this was taken from a U-Haul truck. They have raised over $17,000 so far with the GoFundMe. Their goal was $15,000.
Tonight, we know where all the different Olympic competitions will be held throughout Southern California in 2028. The official venues revealed today. Here are some of the major locations. There's going to be baseball at Dodger Stadium. Makes sense. Swimming at SoFi Stadium. They're going to turn it into a giant pool. There'll be the triathlon at Venice Beach. And for the first time ever, the San Fernando Valley will be hosting Olympic Games. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez reports from there.
They're going to be holding events here at the park.
Oh, no way.
In the Sepulveda Basin.
Really?
Kidding me. Oh my God, that's going to be great.
General reaction at the Sepulveda Basin Recreation Area, one of the venues for the 28 Olympics.
What's the event?
Here, check it out. They're going to have basketball,
yeah,
pentathlon, freestyle,
wow,
and BMX racing, all this stuff here at the Sepulveda Basin.
It's a wonderful thing.
It's the first time the San Fernando Valley gets included in Olympics.
Oh, really?
We knew the Coliseum, home of the 32 and 84 games, would be in there. And it'll actually be the first venue in history to host track and field competitions in 3 Olympic games. And where else but Dodger Stadium for Olympic baseball?
What better place to hold it?
But the triathlon on Venice Beach?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The Long Beach Convention Center hosts shooting. Los Alamitos Beach will host beach volleyball. And the 100,000 square foot field at SoFi Stadium will be transformed into the largest swimming venue in Olympic history. But back to the San Fernando Valley, aside from the Sepulveda Basin, one of Hollywood's most iconic backdrops is also getting in the games. Universal Studios. No, they have not added Harry Potter dragon races to the Olympics, but this is where you'll want to go if you want to see squash.
It's exciting. It's going to bring a lot of people to this community.
With the excitement, some concerns. What do you think is the biggest challenge?
Honestly, I think to help the unhoused people, That's such a challenge. It's not getting any better.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge to get this all done here?
I would think in the traffic.
Oh, the transportation of all of it. It's going to be jam-packed.
You think they'll get it ready by the time?
Oh, yes.
We can cross our fingers.
There's a lot of venues, a lot of events. If you want to check them out, you go to our website at foxla.com. I'm Christina Gonzalez at the Sepulveda Basin, home of some of the Olympic Games. Fox 11 News.
Yeah, they call this a no-build Olympics because we have so many structures already here. They don't have to build any new permanent structures. There'll be some temporary places built at like the basin. But basically, LA's already got the infrastructure.
Equestrian at Santa Anita. You have cricket at the Pomona Fairgrounds.
Yeah. Does it all make sense? It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be here before we know it. All right, let's talk about our weather, though, for tonight. Adam Kruger, kind of chilly outside.
Yeah, and I was just thinking it's kind of tricky. Like, I have to pace my enthusiasm because, we get these little nuggets, and then I have to remind myself. It's still 3 years out, right?
That's okay. We've got before that, we've got the Super Bowl. Yeah. We've got the World Cup coming. Right. And we're going to have the World Series this year right here on Fox 11.
Wow, you heard it here.
Already saying
You heard that right here.
Yeah, I think that's an easy forecast call for that. I would agree with you on that for sure. You're right, though. We got a lot to occupy us before 2028. All right, temperatures now. Overnight tonight will be similarly cool to what we've seen the last few nights, so mostly 50s and a few 40s on the map. Highs tomorrow, like we saw today, and you may have noticed if you were out, we've kind of entered into a little bit of a cooler pattern now. So a lot of 60s for most high temperatures tomorrow. Some of the exceptions will be, well, the mountains where it's going to be even colder for Big Bear, and then quite a bit warmer in Palm Springs where it still gets over 80 degrees tomorrow. Now, there is going to be the possibility for a little bit of drizzle or some light rain each of the next few days. So let me show you that on Futurecast here as we go into tomorrow morning. We've got clouds around. There might be some patchy fog. And then again, there could be a little bit of drizzle in the mix. I'm thinking more so morning than afternoon. But even in the afternoon, there's going to be some spots where the clouds don't break up much. As we go a little farther past that, we go into Thursday. Notice we've got the clouds and we've got some scattered light showers. Now, again, we're talking some light amounts here, maybe a few hundredths of an inch, but still kind of a cool and at times damp pattern through the next few days. We're going to walk you through that a little bit more, and we'll look at the weekend ahead. Easter weekend, it's looking better than this. That forecast later on. For now, back to you.
You know, we also could have the NBA Finals in June.
Look at you.
I know. I'm excited.
Nice to be in Angelino, right?
It is. Good time.
If you live in LA County and haven't filed your taxes yet, that may not be a problem. We'll explain the 6-month deadline extension.
Also coming up, the hunt is on for a driver who appears to intentionally swerve right into that bicyclist. We've got this exclusive story coming up.
UFO spotted by a Navy crew member off the Southern California coast. What investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell has found out about the sighting. April 15th, tax day is almost over. While most Americans had until today to file, Los Angeles County taxpayers have until October 15th to file. They've been granted a 6-month extension due to the Pacific Palisades and Altadena fires.
To the wildfires that broke out in January in the LA area, the traditional tax season has been extended through October 15th, even though today is the end of the traditional tax season. That being said, we encourage folks to file as soon as possible.
Of course, the sooner you file, the sooner you get that refund, if you get one, and any tax credits you're eligible for.
Developing news tonight, a Camarillo man has been sentenced to 85 years to life for his role in a deadly crime spree. Austin Allen killed 15-year-old Wesley Welling and injured several others in April 2023. ICE admitted to targeting students outside Westlake High School, intentionally driving into them. Prosecutors say the sentence reflects the brutality of his actions and the lasting impact on that community.
Pretty shocking video here. It shows a car turn, right there, and slam into a teen on a bicycle, then drive off. That teen was seriously injured. The search continues for that driver.
Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf in South LA with a story first seen right here on Fox 11.
New disturbing video of a hit-and-run crash in South LA that left a teen injured on the sidewalk.
To me, it looks like attempted murder. Because it could have been worse.
Eric Carrillo's son, Sebastian, seen here riding his bike home from school on Nato. When a BMW turns right into him, the driver stops for a second, then takes off. Who would do something like this? Did he know the driver?
No, he did not know the driver. When I seen the video, it broke my heart. It I don't know who could be driving like that out there.
The 15-year-old rushed to a hospital with serious bumps, bruises, and a concussion. Somehow able to take this quick video of the driver getting away.
What's really scary, I don't want this to happen to anybody else.
That car got a flat tire after hitting this curb. Then you can see him drive off with people chasing after him.
We got down a license plate. CHP made a report. And they're in the investigation.
A spokesperson from California Highway Patrol tells us they're investigating to determine if this was intentional.
He's lucky to be alive, but we want the person that did this to face the law.
Whoever the driver is and his passengers, Eric has this message for them.
Just turn yourself in. Come forward and don't make this worse for him.
The family urging that driver to turn himself in, but again, so far no arrests have been made. If you know anything, call police. Reporting in South LA, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
What went on behind the scenes as Joe Biden gave up his bid for re-election and Kamala Harris was anointed and his replacement as the nominee, the revelations in a new book. Several suspects busted tonight accused of stealing copper in the Altadena area. Sheriff's deputies are sharing these photos of a car loaded with copper wires. This huge stash found in the trunk and in the back seat. Deputies are asking residents to report suspicious activity. If you see something, say something.
Developing news right here tonight.
Yeah, as Harvard takes on the Trump administration in a high-stakes battle over campus freedoms, the university is rejecting federal demands to limit activism, calling them unconstitutional. In response, the U.S. government has frozen over $2 billion in funding. Harvard, with its $53 billion endowment, says it won't back down, framing this as a fight for academic independence.
New at 10, there is a special election tonight in Oakland to elect a new mayor, and so far, it appears that former Oakland City Council member Lauren Taylor is actually ahead of former Congresswoman Barbara Lee, which would be a huge upset for Lee, who is a nationally known figure and known as an icon in that community. Right now, Lee down by about 1,200 votes. The former mayor, Sheng Tao, was recalled last November in the midst of a corruption scandal, and the winner of this special election will serve the remainder of Tao's term until November of next year. Speaking of politics, a new book called Fight is #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. It tells behind-the-scenes story of the 2024 presidential race. Co-author Amy Parnes joined me live on the Fox 11 News at 6 and talked about Democratic opposition to Kamala Harris being the nominee after Joe Biden dropped out. Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama were not thrilled with the idea of Kamala Harris being the Democratic nominee, and behind the scenes we're trying to potentially create a mini primary to stop her. What was it about her that worried them so much?
They just didn't think that she could win. And Nancy Pelosi told a confidant at one point during the those 24 days, she said, you know, if he goes, she goes. That was sort of her way of thinking about it. And she and the former president, Barack Obama, they were very into, you know, bouncing around and toying with this idea of an open primary.
Now, someone else, they say, who was interested in the idea of an open primary was California Governor Gavin Newsom, who she reports was quietly floating the idea of his own presidential campaign.
Someone who has flirted with the possibility of going and running for president for a while now, and obviously wants to continue to do that. And people thought that he was definitely a viable prospect. I mean, this is a guy who was swinging and taking punches at Republicans at a time when Democrats were really, really thirsty for that sort of thing. And he's sort of appealing to a lot of people who want to see that fighter and have that, you know, they like that sort of instinct in him.
So even though he said to us for so many years, I have sub-zero interest in running for president, I'm not running for president, don't ask me about running for president, was he secretly running for president, at least for a few days?
I think you're always running until you're not running, right, Alex? We've both been around these people long enough to know that that's sort of their MO.
So this is some video of me and Gavin Newsom at the White House in 2022 when he asked me if he needed to start speaking in a foreign language to find other ways to tell people that he has no interest in ever running for president. So there you go.
Sounds like a good read there.
Yeah, it is.
The LA County Board of Supervisors approved a motion to recognize April 24th as Armenian Genocide Remembrance Day. The Armenian genocide took place between 1915 and 1916, when millions of Christians in the Ottoman Empire were displaced. More than 1 million were killed. Los Angeles County is home to the largest Armenian population outside of Armenia. Problem of street takeovers and car shows. Now the LA County Board of Supervisors is taking steps to punish those involved.
And we've switched to a cooler pattern for a couple of days that may also include a little bit of light rain. We'll have that forecast for you coming up.
A live look right now from Las Vegas, where you see the Sphere looking good. The music right now is from the Killers, the latest band to perform at the Sphere.
You're watching the Fox 11 News at 10.
Cracking down on street takeovers. LA County now planning to double fines, even target social media accounts which are promoting the events.
Some argue these gatherings may benefit communities. Fox 11's Haley Winslow explains both sides.
An atmosphere quite opposite from the spinouts, donuts, and burnouts. County chambers, where inside the Board of Supervisors discuss recommendations to curtail illegal street racing and takeovers.
Street takeovers are dangerous. I've met far too many family members who've lost loved ones.
Supervisor Holly Mitchell authored the motion with guidance from participants, law enforcement, locals, and leaders working out similar efforts in other states. If agreed, the action plan would include crackdowns on social media platforms that make money off the takeovers and doubling citations from the current $500 to $1,000.
Increasing these civil liabilities is our strong message that these activities have to stop. They are no benefit and are good for no one and for no community.
Mitchell represents District 2, home to the large majority of these takeovers in Compton and Carson. Data compiled by LA County Sheriff's Department reveals nearly 500 street takeovers in District 2 over 5 months, from July to December 2024, and an increase by more than 100, while stats in a couple other districts decreased.
I feel sorry for the businesses that are around here, the neighbors. I understand if this is what you want to do, but there's safer ways to do it, and there's safer places you can go. Just because you want to do it doesn't mean it's okay to do it in a public right of way.
Participants unable to go to today's meeting call these street takeovers or Sunday Fun Day car show, whatever you want to call it. They call it a cultural phenomenon, uniquely beautiful to LA, that brings together people from all walks of life, different ages, races, even rival LA gangs peacefully, which they say should be enough of a reason to try to preserve this. Well, the Board of Supervisors felt differently. They voted to pass the motion. Now it will go to another meeting where they will vote on proper language to be included in that motion. Reporting in downtown LA, I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News.
Just a few hours ago, a shocking account from an enlisted crew member aboard the USS Jackson off the coast of Southern California, describing an unexplained incident he saw last year. The sailor revealing everything to investigative journalist Jeremy Corbell on the Weaponized podcast. Corbell joining me live at 6 o'clock and saying without a doubt what he saw were UFOs or UAPs. So what is it?
Yeah.
Right? That's what everybody wants to know. What do you think it is?
So it is a machine that is able to outpace, outmaneuver, and outperform anything that we know of that's been made by technology and terrestrial nations. Now, say what you will about that. I don't know who operates these. Unfortunately, it's not the United States.
So basically what this was something that they saw fly out of the ocean up towards the air, and then they spotted 3 identical machines that all moved with each other. This is video from the Department of Defense. This isn't some crazy person's video. This is from the USS Jackson, and several different people who were aboard that ship testify that they saw something similar, and they cannot describe where it came from or the mechanics of those ships. Let's talk weather.
Fox 11 Weather is sponsored by Howard's Appliances.
And interestingly, even though this is right off our coast, they've seen several suspicious things in this area, which is an area at the Department of Defense. Corbell says it's not U.S. made.
And we've heard that before, where they come out of the water.
Yeah, so we don't know who made it. Is it a different country? Is it a different planet?
These things drive me crazy when there's no explanation. I feel like there's got to be an explanation for everything these days, and there's not, and I can't handle it.
Well, I think there is an explanation. We just don't know what that explanation is.
Okay.
Right.
Well said. Right, yeah.
Maybe humans can't quite comprehend it yet.
Right.
Yeah. It is fascinating.
Yeah.
Weaponized podcast. You can see more about that.
All right. So I've got something to talk about that I think I can explain.
You've got science.
A little bit.
We know your science right now.
It's something we know how to explain anyways. Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about our weather. So today was, you may have noticed if you were out for a bit, a little cooler than we've seen for over a week. In fact, it was the coolest day in 12 days. There's a lot of numbers on this graphic, but I've circled the one that matters most. The high temperature today, that's 66. Average is 72 for LA this time of year. And many areas, all these spots in green, we had highs in the 60s today. You get to the desert, it was warmer, but again, pretty uniform and just overall on the cool side. Here's a timeline of what we expect in Los Angeles tomorrow. And obviously, depending on your region, it's going to be a little bit different. But for the most part, it's going to be a pretty cloudy morning through midday. It does break up a little bit later on, but temperatures go from 50s to 60s. That's it. So another kind of cool for April day. And it's because of this, well, what I'll call storm system. It's really weak, though. That's off the coast right now. And this is providing cloud cover, onshore wind flow, a chance for some drizzle tomorrow, and maybe a few light showers on Thursday and Friday as it crosses our area. Again, you see the spin right here, the counterclockwise spin. That's what the low pressure does. And so that's lining up some clouds over us right now. And again, kind of an onshore flow, which keeps those temperatures cool as well. This is what the model is going to show for where rain may occur tomorrow. So when I say rain, keep in mind it's really, really light stuff. Mostly drizzle, might be 1/100th or so in a couple spots. Thursday and Friday, we see a little bit of a better chance for some, again, light rain. So we see more areas coated in green, which is just indicating where the model thinks rain may fall. But it's showing the projected totals. Again, really light, a couple hundredths of an inch. That's about it. So here's a wider view of what this looks like. This is the low. And when you see these green colors, that's the cooler temperatures. So through Friday, this is going to be in our hair and keeping us kind of cool. Then it exits. So the weekend, we start warming up. We've got more sunshine. It's not going to be a major warm up, though. We don't have a big ridge of high pressure coming in. It's actually kind of a flat pattern in the atmosphere. If it was wavy, we'd see more extremes happening, but it's flat, meaning west to east. And that's going to keep our weather kind of around average for temperatures and really not bring any rain our way. And that's all starting this weekend. Again, in the next couple of days, though, cool with many areas in the 60s. Low rain chances for Thursday and Friday. Then we see 70 in LA on Saturday. Easter Sunday looks very nice with some low 70s, 60s along the coast, and more of that to come next week. As we switch it over to the mountains, it's 50s tomorrow, but 40s for Thursday, Friday, with maybe a rain-snow mix in the higher elevations, but warming up with sunshine this weekend. High desert, by the way, is going to be quite windy the next few days, with gusts maybe up around 40 or so miles per hour, looking better this weekend. And then the low desert, of course, we've got the second weekend of the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, and it won't be as warm as what we had this last weekend, but it will be warm like you would expect there. 70s on Friday and 80s over the weekend. We'll head back to you.
All right, Adam, thank you so much. Fans of a Minecraft movie got a big surprise last weekend. The message Jack Black had for the audience before the movie.
And hi there, folks. I'm Kyle Kreska, heading sports baseball, celebrating Jackie Robinson Day. We're going to hear from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Dave Roberts on his legacy. Plus, we've got the highlights as the Dodgers host the Rockies tonight and the Angels take on the Rangers in Arlington. But as we head to break, we've got our poll question of the night asking you this. Hey, the Dodgers are currently in third place, so are you concerned? Your choices are, come on, be serious. It's way too early, mildly concerned, or I'm freaking out, man. You can weigh in right now. FoxLA.com/vote. We'll be back with results right after this.
Fox 11 Sports Desk, sponsored by Spectrum. A connection built for everywhere. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Today marks the 78th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking baseball's color barrier, debuting for the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. Each year, Major League Baseball celebrates Jackie Robinson Day to honor his legacy as a trailblazer and a civil rights icon. In what's become a Dodger tradition, the team gathered and reflected before tonight's game by Jackie's statue in the center field plaza. Lakers Hall of Famer and fellow UCLA Bruin Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the featured speaker. Kareem told stories of his memories of Robinson and spoke on his impact through the years.
That's what Jackie meant to me. He meant excellence, giving it all, giving your best, and for all the detractors that are out there, you just ignore them and keep on. Like what happened in this past fall. That was wonderful.
I'm very grateful that I finally came to a point where to look beyond myself, right? This is a great day. This is an emotional day for me. My dad is not here with me. This is an emotional day. It's a very cool day. It's a special day for whoever, people all over the world.
Also, before their game at the Rockies, the Dodgers welcomed the Robinson family and Robinson Foundation scholars. Jackie's granddaughter, Sonia Robinson Pankey, threw out tonight's first pitch. Every player across the league wearing that number 42. Pick it up. With the Dodgers leading 1-0 in the third, and it's Will Smith lifting one to left field, and that's just over the wall for a 3-run home run. His second of the year makes it 4-0 Dodgers over Colorado. Blue Crew staying aggressive later in the frame with 2 aboard. Chris Taylor with a base knock to left field. Tommy Edmonds scores. Dodgers in control now, up 5-0. Colorado scored a pair, but the Dodgers adding insurance in the 8th inning with Shohei Ohtani on second. Freddie Freeman smacks that one into left field. Ohtani comes around and slides in safely with an RBI single from Freeman. The Dodgers win by a final of 6-2. Meanwhile, the Angels' Mike Trout posted on social media, quote, "To the strongest man to ever step on a diamond, thank you. It's always an honor to wear number 42, end quote. Tonight, the Halos opening up the series with the Rangers starting with Yusei Kikuchi with his best outing this season. Went 6 innings, allowed just 1 run, struck out 6, but unfortunately, the bullpen couldn't hold it down. Texas up 1-0 now in the 7th inning. Kyle Higashioka rips the Reed Detmers fastball into the left field corner. It's an RBI double, scoring Jonah Heim from second. The Rangers go on to win 4-0, and the Angels have now lost 4 of their last 6. To the NBA play-in tournament we go. In the West, the 7th place Warriors hosting the 8th place Grizzlies. The winner becomes the 7th seed and will face the 2nd-seeded Rockets. The losers will battle the winner of the Mavericks and the Kings for that final playoff spot in the West. Ja Morant tweaked his ankle in the 3rd but returned to the game in the 4th. Memphis roaring back after trailing down 20. Now down 98-96. Morant sinking the pull-up to tie the game. He had 22 points. Jimmy Butler posted 38, but it was Steph Curry taking over late. Up 3 with a minute to go. The 2-time MVP knocks down a triple. He finished with 37. Last chance for Memphis, down 3, 5 seconds to go. And this is how it ends up. A 5-second violation. Wow. What a way to end it. 121-116, the final, and it's Golden State earning their way into the playoffs. Meanwhile, in the East, the Magic and Hawks squaring off in that 7-8 play-in game. Atlanta trying to rally from a 22-point deficit. Down 9 now, closing seconds of the 3rd. George Niang drills the 3 at the buzzer. And the Hawks trail by 6 after 3, but Orlando ran away with it in the final frame. Up 19 now. Paolo Banchero dishes to Cole Anthony for the triple from the wing. Magic go on to win 120-95. They will be the 7th seed, and they will face the defending champion Celtics. Well, after locking up the home ice for the first round of the NHL playoffs last night, the Kings facing the Kraken. Kings up 5-2 in the 3rd. Jakub Moverara, his shot is saved, but Samuel Helenius there to pick it up, and it's his 2nd goal of the night. Kings hold on to win 6-5. They tie the single-season franchise record with 48 wins, and they'll close out the year Thursday against the Flames. Meanwhile, the Ducks lost to the Wild. 3-2 was the final in overtime. And we wrap it up with our poll results. We asked you earlier, Dodgers now in 3rd place. Are you at all concerned? 51% saying, nah, it is way, way too early. And I completely agree. Thanks for playing along. We'll send it over to Christine now at the desk.
A look at justice and reform as April is Second Chance Month in LA County. I've been following a college program in prison. Tonight, Freddie's story. He got life without the possibility of parole, but is seeking release.
Excuse me, everybody. Can we get a moment? It's Freddie's birthday.
Graduation day and a birthday at the Men's State Prison in Lancaster.
Happy birthday to you.
Freddie Hernandez turned 47 on this day in December. He's been incarcerated for more than 20 years.
I am no longer defined by the murder I committed in 1998 when I was 20 years old. Today, I am a scholar who has learned my worth.
Hernandez is among a handful of men who've earned a bachelor's degree under Cal State LA's Prison Graduation Initiative.
Everybody that's here is paying witness to our transformation.
At the commencement ceremony,
Colina Tauch.
He recognized 4 classmates who've had their sentences commuted and are free men. In December, Fox 11 met up with some of them on the Cal State LA campus ahead of returning to the prison for graduation day. It's pomp and circumstance as the proud professors enter. Cal State LA brags of being the first in-person prison bachelor's degree completion program.
I see myself a lot in the people I teach.
As a professor of these students, what was your mission?
Well, it really was to come into the classroom and be a community member with them.
It all started with a professor who came through these gates to teach a class. It's now an award-winning model program. The Prison Graduation Initiative was founded by Dr. Biran Roy. He's in support of Hernandez's request for a commutation by the governor.
There's 2 things I'm proud of for him. One is it signaled that he's really put a marker in that he's done with gang life and he's done with that whole culture. It kind of indicates that he's really on a trajectory towards where, you know, we all want him to be and to come in home. But for most people that come out with a degree, I mean, the most important thing you have to say is it's almost 0 recidivism. It's very low. It's less than 5%. So the chances of committing another crime at that age with a BA are very small statistically.
There's my son. Look at my son.
Freddie's son, a reminder that this is a family affair.
The work I've done in reinventing myself has also rewarded me in so many ways. But the one I hold dear to heart is having my wife Elizabeth and son back in my life after 20 years.
His mom, she's been here. My boys! As cheerleader-in-chief.
I am currently serving life without parole for now. I have things in the courts. I hope they come through, but if they don't, either way, I'm gonna live my life as the best possible version of myself, regardless.
As part of reform efforts, there is a bill right now, SB 672, for those sentenced to life without parole under the age of 26. It would grant the opportunity to appear before a parole board.
We think about this because we think of the Menendez brothers, who obviously committed a murder before 26, and now they're asking Governor Newsom to look at their case.
And they've got a hearing this week.
Right.
Now, Dr. Roy encountered them at another prison, but his concern is those who don't have the notoriety.
Right. Well, now maybe the governor will see his story tonight. Who knows? All right. Great work there, Christine.
More to come.
What's going on tonight at 11 o'clock tonight?
Check this out. Thousands of small blue creatures washing up on Santa Barbara beaches. What are they? Are they dangerous? We'll explain. Coming up at 11 on Good Night LA.
Fox 11 Entertainment is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino.
In entertainment tonight, the loss of a beloved fixture on TV for decades.
Longtime TV game show host Wink Martindale died today. He was an iconic TV game show host with shows like Tic-Tac-Toe, High Rollers, Trivial Pursuit. The family said he died in Rancho Mirage, surrounded by his family and his beloved wife, Sandra. Martindale started as a DJ when he was 17 years old. He made rock history by arranging Elvis Presley's first radio interview after his station played the singer's debut record, That's All Right. In 1954, Wink Martindale was 91 years old.
And also, absolutely no
chicken jockeys! No! Oh,
Oh, that's great.
Look how quickly they get their phones out. I mean, it's like kids, it like takes 2 seconds.
You got
Jack Black surprising fans at a screening of a Minecraft movie this past weekend right here in LA. The star of the blockbuster had a message, no throwing popcorn during the chicken jockey part of the movie, which has become a viral trend during the film, where some audience members scream and throw things. Black also walked through the aisles, high-fiving fans. He's wearing a miner's hat, carrying an axe. Gotta love Jack. Jack Black is something else.
Fun.
Now there's a look at the upcoming shows at Yamava.
All right, one more look at our 7-day forecast, as these next few days will be a little on the cloudy side, certainly cool with temperatures in the 60s. Could be a little drizzle in some spots tomorrow morning. I think it's pretty minor if it happens. A little bit of spotty light rain is possible Thursday and Friday. Light, though. We're talking a couple hundredths of an inch. And then the weekend arrives and the weather changes just in time for that. I love when that happens. Sunny skies and about 70 degrees, and looks nice for Easter. Looks nice for next week as well.
Looks pretty chilly tomorrow, though.
This is a funny thing. I saw this online. So sometimes fame can be pretty humbling. Ask actor Rob Lowe.
This is John Stamos. What he looks like, though.
Okay, guys, am I John Stamos? No! Who am I? Dude, you gotta get better. You gotta get better at your job.
So you see that tour guide, Rob Lowe, Beverly Hills, the tour guide calling him John Stamos. Rob posted on his Instagram asking if he was getting punked. The good news, at least the tourists knew who he was. And by the way, John Stamos responded on social media laughing. Now, in fairness, Rob Lowe's hair kind of looks like the John Stamos hair right now. You don't really think of Rob Lowe with that long of hair.
I could see that, and maybe he was. Maybe the driver of the bus was a genius and like baited him into a conversation.
You know, that is some 3D chess that I don't think this guy was doing. But both of them very, very handsome.
Yeah.
Doesn't get a lot more handsome than Rob Lowe and John Stamos.
I thought he was going to say, I'm literally Rob Lowe. Like, come on.
Literally. Rob Lowe. That's his line. All right. That's it for us at 10 o'clock. Here's Good Night LA.
Welcome to Good Night LA, simulcast on our sister station Fox 11 Plus. I'm Christine Devine. Marla Tejas is on maternity leave. We begin with President Trump's trade war on China. Chinese manufacturers are now selling high-end luxury goods like handbags directly to Americans on TikTok. Fox 11's Gina Silva, live in Beverly Hills with the story. Gina.
Well, Christine, if you've seen the videos, I mean, they're all over the place. And many Americans are certainly enjoying them. And they like the idea because, of course, who doesn't like a good bargain?
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China.
All over TikTok, Chinese influencers are taking viewers behind the scenes, exposing what they claim is the real origin of high-end luxury goods.
Want to know who's the Chinese factory behind Nike, Adidas, Fila, and UGG?
The viral videos claim most designer products are actually manufactured in Chinese factories, with only the labels stitched on somewhere else.
I guess most of you know the price of Lululemon or other big brands. They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what? Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6.
These videos began showing up all over social media after President Trump announced high tariffs on China. Some American consumers are reacting like this.
It is such an epic level of petty, and I love it so much.
All right, so agreed. None of us are buying from luxury brands anymore.
These kind of videos, they're very damaging for the luxury brands.
Professor Christopher Tang of UCLA's Anderson School of Management says these videos are shaking up traditional luxury branding and destroying consumer trust. He warns the videos may not be as honest as they seem.
It could be counterfeit, or imitate the product as well. So in that case, there's no consumer protection. These are not the authorized luxury brand channel. So in that case, the buyers, you have to beware of the risk.
As you just heard him, buyer beware. You really don't know what you'll be getting and how long it's going to take. Now, one thing to note is that if you do buy directly from a Chinese factory, you won't have to pay a tariff. That is only for commercial imports. Christine?
Yeah, do wonder, though, what you're getting, if it really is the factory, etc. All right. Only on Fox 11, thieves are lurking in the San Fernando Valley. A man and woman crime team is stealing from the elderly. We go live to North Hills, where Fox 11's Ed Lascos has their MO and other details. Ed?
And Christine, we're talking about a caravan of thieves working their way, hitting various locations right through the San Fernando Valley. Some of the victims calling them Spingallis, you know, someone who can seemingly hypnotize you by being extra sweet, extra nice, wanting to gift you something, and then stealing all of your jewelry. And you know the saddest part of this? Well, I'll tell you, they're always targeting the easy mark, the elderly. Watch. This just one of several posts on Instagram showing the thieves appearing to be really nice, offering presents.
For you. Why? See. No, I don't want it.
Oh, they're aggressive, creating confusion, then stealing jewelry right off their elderly victims.
They're going to act like they want to gift you with jewelry, saying that it might be part of their religion or, you know, a certain holiday, a birthday, and they won't wait for you to say anything. They'll just go right to you and start, you know, putting things on you.
It did happen to her 88-year-old grandmother. This video shows her necklace moments before she's targeted.
My grandmother told them no. And, you know, being them coming up so close to her and her, you know, trying to figure out what's going on, by the time she did, they already took everything.
It all happened here a week ago this very night, Colette Ave, just off Nordhoff in North Hills.
They got her 2 necklaces, 2 rings, and her watch.
An expensive loss, but to this grandmother, it's much more than that.
Yes, her engagement ring, my grandfather's ring, who passed away. Very sentimental.
And in just the past week alone, more and more reports hitting social media of these thieves targeting the elderly, mostly through the San Fernando Valley. And it's always the same, seemingly kind MO they use. But don't, whatever you do, be fooled by that.
Absolutely. You know, that it happened, what was taken, that they've done this to so many people, you know, and they keep getting away with it.
Now live, you see that getaway vehicle, I'll call it, that dark-colored, smaller model SUV. That's been spotted at several of these hits. Usually it's a man and woman who approaches the elderly victim. Another man and woman spotted inside that SUV. Their ages range from 20s to 30s, always with a heavy, thick accent. And anybody who approaches you and they're coming at you being really sweet, extra kind, too good to be true, Christine, we know it's anything but. It's the real deal, very dangerous.
Makes you scared to talk to a stranger, but I'm wondering how they got the rings and the watch and the necklace. That's a lot.
Yeah, well, they act confusing. You know, an elderly person, they're bless their hearts, they're always very nice, they're always very sweet. They'll talk to you, but when these crooks, I'll call them, get very close, they want to hug you. And as they're hugging you, some of the video shows them actually reaching in and very quick with their hands, taking the necklaces off. And those poor folks, they don't know what hit them until maybe a couple of minutes after, and then it's too late.
I'm glad you got something on video there. All right, thank you so much. New tonight, members of a Riverside dance studio are reeling after someone stole a U-Haul truck containing thousands of dollars worth of props. Happened last Friday night at the Define Dance space on the eve of a competition. They started a GoFundMe, but they say it goes beyond that with the hours of hard work that went into creating the props.
We've had some of these props for over 7 years, so there's a lot of memories and a lot of different routines that we've used for each of these props. So, you know, there's a lot of things that we can replace. We had lots of benches and chairs that were stolen, but the things that are most valuable to us all have to get remade because, like I said, we had a former dance dad kind of build all of these props from scratch and custom make them for us.
They have raised over $18,000 so far with a GoFundMe. Their goal was $15,000. People stepping up to help out. We now know where all the different competitions will be held across Los Angeles for the 2028 Olympics. The official venues were revealed today. Here are some of them: Dodger Stadium, SoFi, Venice Beach, Long Beach, Anaheim. For the first time ever, the San Fernando Valley will host Olympic Games. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez has that story.
They're going to be holding events here at the park.
Oh, no way.
In the Sepulveda Basin.
Really?
Kidding me. Oh my God, that's going to be great.
General reaction at the Sepulveda Basin Recreation Area, one of the venues for the 28 Olympics.
What's the event?
Here, check it out. They're going to have basketball,
Yeah.
pentathlon, freestyle,
Wow.
and BMX racing, all this stuff here at the Sepulveda Basin.
It's a wonderful thing.
It's the first time the San Fernando Valley gets included in Olympics.
Oh, really?
We knew the Coliseum, home of the 32 and 84 games, would be in there. And it'll actually be the first venue in history to host track and field competitions in 3 Olympic Games. And where else but Dodger Stadium for Olympic baseball?
What better place to hold it?
But the triathlon on Venice Beach?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
The Long Beach Convention Center hosts shooting. Los Alamitos Beach will host beach volleyball. And the 100,000 square foot field at SoFi Stadium will be transformed into the largest swimming venue in Olympic history. But back to the San Fernando Valley. Aside from the Sepulveda Basin, one of Hollywood's most iconic backdrops is also getting in the games. Universal Studios. No, they have not added Harry Potter dragon races to the Olympics, but this is where you'll want to go if you want to see squash.
It's exciting. It's going to bring a lot of people to this community.
With the excitement, some concerns. What do you think is the biggest challenge?
Honestly, I think to help the unhoused people, that's such a challenge. It's not getting any better.
What do you think will be the biggest challenge to get this all done here?
I would think in the traffic.
Oh, the transportation of all of it. It's going to be jam-packed.
You think they'll get it ready by the time?
Oh, yes.
We can cross our fingers.
There's a lot of venues, a lot of events. If you want to check them out, you go to our website at foxla.com. I'm Christina Gonzalez at the Sepulveda Basin, home of some of the Olympic Games. Fox 11 News.
Tonight we're learning of the death of someone who was in custody in the Valley Jail in Van Nuys. Happened last month. Police say 55-year-old Stephen Miller was arrested on March 9th for felony warrant and drug possession. While he was jailed, police say he reported having heroin withdrawal symptoms. Early on March 11th, Miller collapsed twice in his cell, hitting his head. He was taken to the jail's medical unit but stopped breathing and later died. An autopsy is pending and police are investigating. Good night, LA is just getting started on this Tuesday. The hunt for a driver who may have intentionally hit a bicyclist. We'll have the latest. And in tonight's West Coast Wrap, what are those little blue creatures washing up on Santa Barbara County beaches? First, here's Chief Meteorologist Adam Kruger.
Yeah, the weather a little less than ideal the next few days. We've got the potential for a bit of drizzle tomorrow and then a couple of light showers Thursday, Friday. As you see, it amounts to maybe a few hundredths of an inch. We'll walk you through the timing in that in more detail, and we'll look at a turnaround in our weather for the weekend coming up.
Alpha, just stay there. 4-2. Just stay there. 4-2. Back away a little bit. No, hold on to me. Yes. No. No, not my ears. Grab a hold of my back. Okay, you're safe. You're all shelf. I need you to get up.
Riverside County Sheriff's deputies rescue a hiker stranded on a cliff. A woman called them with a Garmin-style device from the Pacific Crest Trail south of San Bernardino County. Rescuers found her clinging to a cliff. She'd been stuck for over an hour. They bear hugged her and climbed to safety. And now here's Adam with weather.
Good Night LA weather is sponsored by Yamava Resort and Casino.
All right, so we're looking at a pattern for a couple of days here where, like I said earlier, it's going to be a little less than ideal. So we've got a couple of cool days coming up. We've got some drizzle or light rain at times. It's not going to be anything substantial, but, you know, just a little damp at times. And then we see a pattern change by the weekend. That's when we get more sunshine and a little bit of a warm up. Not a major rise in temperatures, but back to closer to average for this time of year. Today, though, cooler than average. Look at all the 60s. Anywhere in green is where we had highs in the 60s. Parts of the deserts were warmer, of course. And then as we look at highs tomorrow, it's going to be overall very similar to what we saw today. So a good deal of clouds, maybe a few peaks of sun at times. Mid-60s will be common in many spots. Look at Palm Springs, though, into the 80s. Even in the high desert, it does cool down a little compared to today. And actually, it's going to be quite windy in the high desert region for the next couple of days, maybe gusts up around 40 miles per hour. This is the culprit for why we're seeing just this little cool down and some clouds and maybe some light showers. It's this low. It's a weak one, though. This isn't like a major storm system. But as it swirls for now off the coast of California, we have a little bit of an onshore wind, so that keeps those temperatures a bit cool. We got some clouds overhead right now and just enough instability where we could see a little bit of drizzle in some spots. The model kind of shows that with these little green spots here and there indicating a little drizzle. So that's the timestamp. That's the morning tomorrow. Here we go into the afternoon, and notice the clouds are kind of hanging on for a large part of our region. So again, mostly to partly cloudy, highs in the 60s. Can't rule out a couple of raindrops here and there. Thursday is kind of the same story. The clouds just confined by the mountains, from the mountains to the coast. Looks pretty cloudy on Thursday. And again, some light showers here and there. I'll take you one day forward into Friday, and it's not going to look that much different. Again, lots of clouds and maybe a few light showers at times. Over the course of the next 3 days, it's only going to amount to probably less than 1/10 of an inch for most areas, and some spots won't even get anything. Here's another way to view it. So this is the kind of big picture pattern. This is that low right here. We call this a trough because of its shape, and that keeps the cooler air in place for a couple of days through Friday. Once that passes by, it's not that this is replaced by high pressure, because if it was, we'd see more of a substantial warm-up. Really what's going to happen is it's kind of like a flat west to east pattern in the atmosphere. A lot of times when there's these wavy patterns that we see sometimes, we get cooler air and then much warmer air coming in back behind it. This is relatively flat. We call that a zonal flow, if you're curious, if you want to Google it. But what that means is that there's really no big action coming our way once that happens, and temperatures kind of settle into around average for several days in a row, and the result is pretty good stuff starting this weekend and into next week. But the next few days, again, fairly cloudy, highs in the 60s, maybe a little light rain, especially Thursday, Friday. There's a low chance of that happening. Saturday looks nice. Easter looks nice. Many spots just a bit over 70 degrees. Early next week looking pretty good as well. We'll switch it to the mountains and deserts here. Notice how the mountains get colder actually Thursday, Friday, with that chance for some rain or maybe a rain-snow mix in the higher elevations. Couple of windy days for the high desert and the low desert. Keep in mind we've got the weekend number 2 of the Coachella Valley Music Festival happening Friday through Sunday. It will be warm but not too hot like it was this past weekend. Highs in the 80s for the weekend coming up over towards the Coachella Valley. Back to you.
All right, Adam, thanks. In San Francisco, city leaders, immigrants' rights groups, and union leaders held a rally to protest the IRS decision to share information with Immigration and Customs Enforcement. That story tops tonight's West Coast Wrap. Previously, undocumented immigrants could pay taxes using an individual tax ID number without fear of having their info shared with ICE. Last week, an agreement between the IRS and ICE changed that. Today, San Francisco leaders reiterated their commitment to stand by previous city policies that protect taxpayer information.
Almost 10 years ago, Mayor Ed Lee introduced an ordinance that ensured that the city of San Francisco would not collaborate with ICE on sharing data. So we are introducing a resolution today to reaffirm that ordinance and say San Francisco continues to stand by its values of upholding civil liberties, civil rights.
Undocumented immigrants paid more than $66 billion in taxes in 2023. The Department of Homeland Security is defending its agreement with the IRS, saying that information sharing is essential to identify who is living in the country. Thousands of small blue creatures are washing ashore on the West Coast, especially Santa Barbara County.
I've seen that before. This is the first time I see it.
I didn't know what I was seeing, actually. I thought at first it was some oyster chips floating in the water, but they were bluish.
They're called Velella, or another name, by the wind sailor. That's because they have a small sail feature that is pushed by the wind, and in this case, driving them up on the beach. They're small, maybe 2 to 3 inches. They're from the jellyfish family. They can cause a rash if you touch them. They can make your dog sick. Don't let them eat them. Scientists believe climate change is the reason there are more sightings of them on shore, since they respond to changes in wind and ocean currents. The search continues for a driver who seemed to intentionally turn and slam into a teen on a bicycle before driving off. That teen was seriously hurt. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf in South LA with a story seen first on Fox.
New disturbing video of a hit-and-run crash in South LA that left a teen injured on the sidewalk.
To me, it looks like attempted murder. because it could have been worse.
Eric Carrillo's son, Sebastian, seen here riding his bike home from school on Nato. When a BMW turns right into him, the driver stops for a second, then takes off. Who would do something like this? Did he know the driver?
No, he did not know the driver. When I seen the video, it broke my heart. I don't know who could be driving like that out there.
The 15-year-old rushed to a hospital with serious bumps, bruises, and a concussion. Somehow able to take this quick video of the driver getting away.
It's really scary. I don't want this to happen to anybody else.
That car got a flat tire after hitting this curb. Then you can see him drive off with people chasing after him.
We got down a license plate. CHP made a report. And they're in the investigation.
A spokesperson from California Highway Patrol tells us they're investigating to determine if this was intentional.
He's lucky to be alive, but we want the person that did this to face the law.
Whoever the driver is and his passengers, Eric has this message for them.
Just turn yourself in. Come forward and don't make this worse for him.
The family urging that driver to turn himself in, but again, so far no arrests have been made. If you know anything, call police. Reporting in South LA, Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
It's tax day everywhere but Los Angeles County. The advice on what to do with this year's 6-month grace period.
When we fight! When we fight! Yeah!
Scores of union grocery workers rallied outside a Vaughn's store in Laverne today, demanding a fair labor contract. Members of the United Food and Commercial Workers say grocery stores rely too heavily on self-checkout machines and are chronically understaffed. They're worried about their future.
We're fighting for a fair contract. We would like to see wage increases. We would like to see a better pension, at least maintain our health benefits and have nothing taken away.
All the big corporations just want to milk. They want to take. They don't want to give.
It's ridiculous that so many of you are forced to skip meals and work hungry because you can't afford the food that you provide to others.
Union members marched to a Stater Brothers store to share their message. Ralph's parent company, Kroger, sent Fox 11 a statement saying the company is committed to reaching a fair agreement. April 15th, tax day is almost over. While most Americans had until today to file, Los Angeles County taxpayers have until October 15th to file. They've been granted a 6-month extension due to the wildfires in our area.
To the wildfires that broke out in January in the LA area, the traditional tax season has been extended through October 15th, even though today is the end of the traditional tax season. That being said, we encourage folks to file as soon as possible.
The sooner you file, the sooner you do get that refund and any tax credits you're eligible for. It's been a disappointing season for the Anaheim Ducks, but one young fan didn't care. We'll show you when Goodnight LA comes back. Unfortunately, the Anaheim Ducks season will end tomorrow night, but one young fan brought that team some good luck during last Wednesday's game against the Calgary Flames. That's 4-year-old Braden York. He was a hit on the video board. Now, the team kept showing fans of the Flames. The crowd booed. Then the fans exploded in cheers, and Braden was on the Jumbotron. It did motivate the team to a 4-3 overtime victory. That wasn't the end for Braden and family. They got fist bumps from the players in the tunnel, an autograph from Trevor Zegras, who signed Braden's number 11 jersey. Oh my gosh, how absolutely cute is that? Photos, the crowd cheering. A game he'll never forget, right? That's it for Goodnight LA. Tune in to Good Day LA starting bright and early at 4 a.m. Thanks for watching.